Radio, TVs, and even the press said the Knicks wouldn't make the championship. Nah, the meaning of these words, without no doubt, mean the fans don't show when you're down and out. Now, when you pop bottles and host up the trophy, anybody want to be your Brody and owner. Like New York City, the big skyscrapers. Can you feel it? The next Spurs in the finals. Got the DJs cut it up, running back like a vinyl. And since I got time, what I'm going to do, check me to tell you how I spread it throughout my crew. Well, you all know Jalen Brunson, the cap of the team. They got the city like a rubber, but the bench shot clean. He got another cat that be putting it down. He goes by the name of Colin Chovy Town. He cuts fat transforms with finesse. And all that mess. So I'll make you strap up, click, click, bring all the best. It's a 7-4 task there out in the west. What it do, people? You know what it is, and you know what it sounds like. NBA, picking with Pop. Happy Friday and all that and all that. I am your host, Popovich. Yeah, kid, that feeling back up in here. One more again. Happy Friday. The weekend is here. Made it through another grueling week. You know what I mean? It's hot. Summertime is upon us. You know what I mean? And playoffs. Don't talk to me about playoffs. I just hope that we could win a game and then another game. Now, I see the intro music was different. Go check out that KNICKS vs. SPURS, you know what I mean, over on the gram. Try to upload it on YouTube, and they gave me the copyright, material whole bit. So we're gonna get it up. We're gonna get it up on YouTube soon. Anyway, before we get into tonight's game, let's get a quick recap of last game. Right? We had the Knicks. That was a no-brainer as far as with the points, right? And the Knicks came out, got down, similar to the Cleveland series in the first game. Cleveland coming off a 7-game grueling series, with the Detroit Pistons, a rough, physical, tough team, and OKC, and the Spurs coming off a 7-game grueling series with the defending champs, right? Had to win, 2 games out there in OKC, which is very, very hard to do. And in that series with Cleveland, the Knicks got down big in that game, had 9 days off. So although they got off, they got rust. So it was rhythm versus rust. We hear the narratives on that type of thing with teams that get the privilege or the honor of taking care of business, and then you get the rest while your opponent is still in rhythm, still in game mode. And then the Knicks ultimately came back in that game. I think they outscored them 44-43-11, something like that, and they won the game. In game 1 with the Spurs in the finals, right? Knicks got down 14. Cat was in foul trouble. Jalen Brunson looked like, oh man, we cursed in New York City and we built this city, and you know what I mean? Then he landed on his ankle and looked like he was going to be out of there. And do you ever think about, right, look like, damn, B did all this hard work, get to the chip just to watch it go up in smoke. And then he came back, performed well at the end, not really in the early parts of the game. And Josh Hart, 3 points, 1 big 3, 15 strong rebounds though, right? Cat playing both sides of the court, defending Victor Wembanyama, right? And holding him to a bad shooting night. I don't think that'll happen tonight. But basically what I'm saying is that the Knicks, although they won the game, they did not play their best ball. Just like in the Cleveland game. So the question is, will the Spurs play another bad game, or will they come out and do what they do? All right, so let's get to my record real quick. Right? John and I like to keep record. So we are, overall, we are 46-36, 10 games above 500. And as far as the locks, we are, correction. We are 46-36 and 36-27 as far as the locks, now from Yonkers, right? with that being said, let's jump into tonight's NBA action, right? My New York Knicks out on the road at San Antonio Spurs. San Antonio Spurs is giving 6.5. One more. Well, on the first game when I bet with the Knicks, I got the Knicks with 5. The spread was 4.5, but it went up to 5. So we going off that metrics. Then another extra 1.5 to seemingly get all us New York fans and everybody that's in Gotham City riled up to take the Knicks. Now the question is, this is how I'm handicapping the game, right? Before we get to the pick. I ain't gonna even keep y'all here too long. The thing is, will the Spurs lose 2 in a row at home in the finals? That's tough. That's a tough ask. I don't care how good the Knicks playing. Knicks, they on a 12-game win streak or something crazy like that, where they doing stuff that even Shaq and Kobe ain't do on their run, when they played Philly in the finals, and we referenced that in a couple of shows back. So that's phenomenal. That's great for the Knicks, right? Spurs still the second best team in the league, although like fights, it's about matchups. You know what I mean? You could be the best fighter in the world fighting against somebody that just got your number, or their style, bows well against your style, so they beat you and you lose, even as being the champ or undefeated. The champ is here, right? I don't think the Spurs will lose 2 in a row. I don't think. I'm not saying that they won't. I'm saying I don't think. Spurs in the playoffs. Let me look at. I was doing my little homework before. But let me look at their little record real quick. Because to my knowledge, and against the series with OKC, they only lost 1 game at home. 1 game at home. 1 game on the road. Against Minnesota, first game at home, then won the next 2. Against Portland, lost the second game at home, right? So they lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games in the playoffs, but only 2 at home. It pains me and it's not fun, right? Because my thinking is, the Spurs could win, but will they cover the 6.5? Aha, right? Aha, like the white guy that was Eddie Murphy in, and Coming to America. You know what I mean? Aha, at the end of the movie, will the Spurs go down 2-0? And now we hear, they put all the stuff out there ahead of time, because y'all know this shit is scripted and rigged, right? About Donald Trump going to be at the game now. Zorro and Donnie, they're going to be at the game now. You know what I mean? Like, Game 3 at New York is going to be crazy, shit crazy, right? Just for all the stars coming out, who's going to be there, who's not going to be there. But the president being there is a big deal. The mayor being there is a big deal. A lot of, obviously now that beefs up security, and will they have the watch party? I mentioned all that because y'all know I think this shit is scripted and rigged. So it's like, how do they want it to play? I think the Knicks can win in 6. Wouldn't be surprised if it goes to 7, though. But how does that play out when you're trying to bet game to game? Say, all right, Knicks won the first game, so Spurs could win the second game and win game 3, take that New York money on the first game home. You know what I'm saying? Just like I told y'all, OKC would win the first game at San Antonio. San Antonio came out, won that first game. Bam, punched them in the mouth. OKC said, all right, brush off our shoulders, win game 2, right? You got to win. You have to win game 2. Otherwise, the series is a wrap, basically, right? But then when it was time to go to the Spurs, bam, they won game 3. And it's like, oh, the champs is here. Boom, 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 the champs is here. I kind of see something similar of that happening, where Spurs win tonight and they possibly win game 3. But we don't want to get ahead of ourselves. The $1 million question is, will the Spurs cover the 6.5? Because I think they're going to win tonight. Money line. But before we get to the pick, let's get to the theme music. Let's get to the theme music real quick. Yeah. Check it out. Populous. Radio, TVs, and even the press said it wouldn't make the championship. Nah. The meaning of these words, well, no doubt, mean the fans don't show when you're down and out. Now when you pop bottles and host up the trophy, everybody want to be a Brody and home. Like New York City and big skyscrapers. Can you feel it? The next Spurs in the finals. Got the DJs cut it up, running back like a vinyl. And since I got time, what I'm going to do, check me to tell you how it's spread it throughout my crew. Will you all know Jalen Brunson, the cap of the team? Get the city like a rubber, but the bench shot clean. He got another cat that he putting it down. He knows by the name of Cole and Chovy Town. He cuts tracks, transforms with finesse. And all that mess. So admit you strap up, click, bring all the best. It's a 7-4 task day out in the west. He call himself Wimby, he think he the best. It's an all-out brawl, it's a fight to the death. Got Josh and Shaman, the right and the left. Raquel Bridges pump faked and a shot to the chest. Can you feel it? Nothing can save you, cause this is the season for catching the vapors. Can you feel it? Nothing can save you, cause this is the season for catching the vapors.
When we made to the Spurs, we remember the Lord. Took some years to get back.
All right, guys. Here go the lock. Not from Yonkers, but the lock that gets you and me the winner, chicken dinners. I really thought I'd put all this New York shit on just to take the Spurs to cover that 6.5. Now, I know they baiting us. And this shit is scripted and rigged. I do think the Spurs will win money line, that minus 225. But I think the Knicks come out and play better than they did in game one where they was rusty. And the Spurs, if they are to cover the spread, are going to have to play phenomenal tonight because the Knicks will be in River. And they kind of match up well with them. Although I do think the Spurs will win money line. Maybe they win by 4-3. It's a close game. I don't think it's a blowout game. I think the Knicks are going to be in more rhythm tonight. I'm taking the Knicks with that 6.5. That's who I like. That's who I'm taking. You can let me know who you like. You can let me know who you're taking. All I ask is that you hit the like button so I can stay in your algorithm. But y'all know what it is. This your guy, Popovich. Y'all was just tuned in. NBA Picking with Pop right here on Popovich TV. Of course, we are live. We rolling. We unscripted. We authentic. That feeling back up in here. One more again. Yeah, kid. Let's get some money on this Friday.